everyone. Today is July 23rd, Saturday, 12, almost 27 a.m. in Sydney. Well, it's 2:27 a.m. in New Zealand because New Zealand is 2 hours ahead of Sydney. And yes, I'm taking the last late night train from Epping, all stops to Central, then all stops to International Airport to prepare, catching my 7 a.m. flight from Sydney to Queenstown. You might ask, okay, why I'm going to airport like such early? Well, as per current recommendations, you should arrive at airport 3 hours before your scheduled international flight. So in my case, my flight departs at 7 a.m. So 3 hours would have been 4 a.m. But at that time there are no trains available from Epping to International Airport. Well, there are other public transport options available, such as late night buses, or Uber. But late night bus took too long. Uber, it's kind of freaking expensive, too luxurious for me, like a Yolo solo traveler. That's why, and I'm not going to sleep like before I fly anyway. So that's why I'm taking the last late night train from Epping via Central, then to International Airport to prepare my flight from Sydney to Queenstown, and I'll talk about more later.
23
so it's now 5 minutes past 1 a.m. or 5 minutes past 3 in New Zealand, and after taking the all-stop train from Epping to Central, then I'm waiting for the so-called last late night train from here to International Airport, because I'm flying out of Australia. Domestic airport, it's for flights within Australia obviously, and international, it's for out of Australia. And the 5-minute one, coming in 5 minutes, it's so-called the last late night train. And after the do not board one, the bottom one coming in 3 hours and 49 minutes, that's I would call the early morning train. And I'm gonna take the last late night train coming in 4 minutes to arrive at International Airport, sit kind of outside the airport, because the terminal technically opens, as in the international terminal, Terminal 1 actually opens at 2:30 a.m. which is an hour-ish from now. So that's why I will take the last late night train from here Central to International Airport, then wait until the International Terminal 1 officially opens. I have arrived at International Airport. The time now is 1:25. As you can see, regardless of departure or arrival area, of course for me, departure, it's closed until 2:30, which is slightly more than 1 hour from now. But at least in International Airport, you get seats inside the building, not outside, and you've got some charging areas here. You can plug in your power socket, USB port, and also what I will do is the wireless charger, and there are several heaps of them here. It's really convenient and also user friendly here in International Airport Terminal 1 compared to domestic airport terminals 2 or 3. So I will have to, I guess, hang around here for 1-ish hour until the Terminal 1 actually opens for my, as in departure area, and then later to check in for my flight from Sydney to Queenstown. My apologies, my correction. They actually kick you outside the whole, you can say, International Terminal 1 building. That's why I am sitting outside to wait until 2:30 when the whole international terminal opens, but before I'm checking. So let me introduce a bit of the international terminal. So here are the whatever coaches are. Here are multi level car park. Here is the airport hotel, Regis Airport Hotel. I haven't stayed here before. And here, if you're connecting with Qantas domestic, international to domestic by Qantas, or vice versa, Qantas domestic to Qantas international, you will probably go through here, but I haven't used this service before. So just now I came out, I was kicked out somewhere from the the pyramid bit over there. There is the area where you go inside to the either international airport station where I take the train. Well, I recently took the train from Epping via Central. Then it's the departure and also the arrival area. But the whole area it's closed until 2:30 a.m. Or alternatively, you can head upstairs to the car park up here. It's second floor, as you can see, and then level 2. That's where the terminal entrance, as in for departures, are. And my flight, as you can probably see, let me enlarge it. It's the third flight of the day. It's 7 a.m. QF, which is operated by Qantas. QF123 from Sydney here directly to Queenstown, Otago, South Island, New Zealand. So you would see here on the right pre-departure and arrival COVID-19 testing from, not sure, I should have mentioned earlier, but from June 21st onwards, you no longer need to do a pre-departure COVID-19 test in order to fly to New Zealand, because before you need to do that would have been PCR 48 hours no more than before your flight, or RAT no more than 24 hours before your flight. But as in from June 21st onwards, you no longer need to do a pre-departure test in order to fly internationally to New Zealand, or in case you can still want to do. And one good thing here about Sydney Airport, it's the airport clinic for COVID-19 testing. It's 24/7, so it gives you maximum flexibility for you to get tested before you fly if you need. But for now, to New Zealand from June 21st onwards, you no longer need to. So all good. I can skip the COVID-19 testing and head to outside the area of the international terminal departure, some sort of thing. Hang around, wait for a bit, then check in to prepare for my flight. The third flight of the day, 7 a.m. Qantas flight QF123 from Sydney to Queenstown. So just now I dropped my bags. For some reason it says here document verification. Your document needs to be manually checked. But because, not sure, quite a lot of passengers, all of passengers use the self-check-in kiosk to print my boarding pass. So I got my boarding pass here, and also the print their bag tag if they have a check-in bag. So no one actually checked. And then after you print your boarding pass and also bag tag, here it's where you back drop your check-in bag if you do, and then head up there for clear the customs and security into the airside. So security took a bit of time. Why is that? I would mention later in the flight. And now I'm outside the Qantas International Business Lounge. So you took the escalator down there, and then turn left, and then there it is. So you may wonder why today I have lounge access before my Qantas flight from Sydney to Queenstown, because supposedly I am flying in economy, and I'm Qantas Silver, or equivalent to 1 Ruby. Supposedly I do not have access, but for some reason I have a complimentary lounge invitation, which allows me to have access for free to this Sydney Qantas International Business Lounge before my flight from Qantas flight from Sydney here to Queenstown. The time now it's 4:57. The lounge should open in less than 5 minutes. And later, let's head inside to see what this Sydney Qantas International Business Lounge has to offer. So now I'm already inside my lounge. Having my breakfast. I try to be not too loud because well, it's 5:15 now, but there are not many people in the lounge, and I don't want to, too loud to disturb other passengers in this business lounge. So this is what I got. But before that, so here's the front. All the way down to the front, you get self-serve bar, like alcoholic drinks. Yes, alcoholic drinks is available at this time. Then it's the coffee station where the barista will make the coffee you want, and further up to the end, it's where you get the food stuff. And this is what I got based on what is available at this Qantas International Business Lounge at this 5-ish a.m. time. So for drinks, I got myself a cup of flat white without sugar, if I'm correct, and also mixed juice. I couldn't recognize what kind of juice this is, like they do not mention, but it should be some sort of apple, orange, pineapple, what kind of stuff, and some chai seeds, apple, sliced peach and pear, and some yogurt, coulis, that kind of mixed salad stuff. So it's kind of more like a cold breakfast at this time in this Qantas International Business Lounge. Let's dive into it before I board my Qantas flight QF123 from Sydney here to Queenstown in less than 2 hours. So there is still some time before I board my flight. The boarding time commences for my flight from Sydney here to Queenstown. Well, I haven't finished my apple and a bit of juice, but thankfully, luckily here in Sydney International Airport, you got free Wi-Fi. Well, International Airport, of course you got free Wi-Fi, but you also get free Wi-Fi even though the terminal it's closed earlier. I thought like they would switch off their Wi-Fi, whatever, but it's still open. And then once you head inside the terminal, you can find some USB port and also charging outlets, the kind of stuff for you to charge. And now even here in the Qantas International Business Lounge, you also got Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi network is different. So Sydney Airport, International Airport, they have their own Wi-Fi. Here Qantas Lounge, they have their own Wi-Fi, but basically it's free. It's kind of fast as well, and you got like where I'm sitting, you got low table and chairs like these. Sorry about the lighting. And also some high table and chairs, which I should have posted, or you guys should have seen in my Facebook and Instagram stories and posts. And also here, you can also charge your phone or iPad or laptop, whatever like device you have. And outside, as you can see, it's pretty dark because it's just a few minutes past 3 in the morning, and it's not even sunrise yet. But probably as I fly, actually technically fly, when my flight departs at 7 a.m. Sydney time as scheduled, the sun should have risen. So yeah, so I would chill a bit, finish my eat and drink, and also continue uploading or editing these videos, as you can see. And then I will go final probably shit or poo, go to toilet before I board my flight from Sydney to Queenstown, operated by Qantas, and the flight number is QF123. Easy to remember, QF123. So now I'm at gate 36. Well, boarding pass said gate 37, but it changed to gate 36 for some reason, and that is the aircraft I'm flying, Qantas Boeing 737 VH-VZY. It is identical to the domestic ones, as in 3 rows of 2 to business class and 27 rows of 3 economy class. Now that we have finally boarded the plane at almost 7:30 Sydney time, which is 9:30 in New Zealand. Let's quickly introduce the seat features. So I'm sitting in the 5A, the second row of the economy seat. Here you have a touchscreen TV, and also the flight map. You can't really adjust it. It will adjust automatically at some time. You can adjust the light and also switch on and off, and also adjust the loudness also. There is no code hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. If you have come on board with
USB
2
port
pieces of in-cabin baggage,
between
please only
every 3
place the one piece in the overhead locker, the
you have
second
a
piece
USB power
underneath the seat
socket.
in
Not
front
sure
of
if you
you.
can see.
If you are seated at row
Seat
1,
pitch, it's
13 or 14 or
30 inches, which is fairly fine for this 3-ish hour trans-Tasman trip to New Zealand. You have a tray table. You can't fold it in half, but you can move it back and forth. You can also adjust your music or audio here with the volume and the channel for you to switch. Every passenger inside the seat pocket, you got a so-called noise cancelling headphone to some extent, a safety instruction card, air sickness bag, and also Qantas in-flight magazine is back. So seat pitch, it's 30 inches. The seat width, it's 17.2 inches. 17.2, yes. And also the angle of recline, look like that. That's around 5 inches. After you can press the button here, you can adjust the headrest, making like that for your better comfort. And I guess after takeoff, once we are in the air, I will talk more about the Qantas in-flight entertainment system on this Qantas Boeing 737. Registration number is VH-VZY. As where I'm sitting in economy class, second row, 5A.
Take a journey through 100 years of innovation and Australian spirit.
This here's an Avro 504 biplane, made from timber and canvas. Got flying on the Qantas Boeing 737. Sounds a bit flashier than this old girl.
In the 1930s, Qantas are world leaders in aviation innovation, with fully enclosed cabins and even seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. You can undo your seatbelt by lifting the flap. Keep it done up low and tight during takeoff, landing, and whenever the seatbelt sign is on. That includes infants and children. While seated at other times, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Welcome to Australia's first international airport, right here on Sydney Harbour. Our life jackets look like this. Yours are a little more modern. You'll find one under your seat, next to it, or in the leg rest. Remove your life jacket from the pouch by pulling the tab. Put it over your head, pass the strap around your waist, clip at the front, then tighten. There's a red tag and mouthpiece for inflation, and a whistle and light. And remember, only inflate your life jacket after you leave the aircraft. If oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above. Pull down firmly to activate the oxygen. Put it on quickly and tighten the strap. Oxygen will flow without the bag inflating. Fit your own mask first and then help others.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, you should be familiar with the brace position appropriate to your seat. If you can reach the seat in front, brace by placing your forehead on the back of the seat, hold your lower legs or put your hands on your knees. If you're seated behind a bulkhead where you can't reach the seat in front, lean as far forward as you can and hold on to your lower legs.
Welcome to the 1960s, when Qantas brought the world closer together.
Look at the chef there. She's already done a review.
Welcome to Australia. Take a moment to locate your exit as the cabin crew point them out. It might be behind you. To remember your nearest exit, count the number of rows between you and that exit. Lights will guide you to your exits. Your crew members are pointing them out now. Welcome to the 1970s, when Qantas first introduced business class.
Before you get underway, make sure all your bags are in the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you.
Smoking isn't allowed on Qantas flights anymore. Your aircraft is fitted with smoke detectors, including in the toilets, so there's no smoking until you're back on the ground. This includes e-cigarettes, whatever they are.
It was a Qantas employee, Jack Grant, who invented the very first inflatable escape slide raft. Your aircraft today is fitted with escape slides and life rafts, which the crew will operate in an emergency. If you need to evacuate, leave all items behind. Slide, leaning forward with your hands on your knees.
The 90s saw another first for Qantas in the flying art of Winola dreaming. You can read more about what we're doing today in your Qantas magazine, located in your seat pocket. It's time to ensure that your seat back is upright and your tray table is stowed, and unplug any headsets or cables attached to the seat in front. If you've missed anything, it's on your safety card, also in your seat pocket.
Your crew are here to help, so please follow your instructions at all times.
Whether you're starting a journey or heading home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing respect to each other and our crew. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
And thank you for your attention. Have a great flight.
general, it's 2 hours ahead of Sydney.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about...
So a quarter into the flight, hot meal itself, which is included on this Qantas QF123 from Sydney to Queenstown. I got the hot option, which is the scrambled eggs, sausage, hash browns, and baked beans. The another option is yogurt fruit muffin, as far as I remember. For drinks, you can choose tea, coffee, soft drinks, juice, and I opted myself orange juice. So without in-flight Wi-Fi on international flights, there are still some sort of things for you to do for entertainment. For example, looking outside the plane view. It's really sunny once we are up the clouds in the air. Or also you can watch, you can have a read in Qantas in-flight magazine, which is finally available back today. Or alternatively, as I mentioned earlier, watch movies. Yes, the movie I'm gonna watch is called Dawn. I'm pretty sure I haven't watched before, but as when you're flying whatever airline it is, at the beginning of the movie there's some sort of Qantas advertisement or some notice. That's cool. On this Qantas Boeing 737-800. So there are two toilets at the end of the economy seat. So I'm obviously in one of them. So you've got a large mirror, a small mirror, someone left something. There is a baby bassinet if you're traveling with babies. Obviously here's gonna for you to do some shit and poo. A holder just in case there is some turbulence. Open for, I guess, air sickness bag. Yes. And tissues. Yeah, where you get the water. Okay, doesn't detect well. And the soap, where you open the door. And also two coat hook. Well, normally it's for clothes, but for the time being, I just hang my mask up because normally you should wear a mask on any flights, like regardless of international or domestic flights, except eating or drinking, or if you're in the toilet like me. So I guess there are some people waiting outside, so I will quickly finish the toilet, wear my mask again, and then go back to my seat 5A, again the second row of the economy section. Alright, now that we are already in New Zealand, as you can see from the goddamn fucking beautiful snowy mountains, let's conclude our flight. Qantas Boeing 737-800 QF123 from Sydney to Queenstown. Check-in, it's pretty smooth, and you just use your self-check-in kiosk to print your boarding pass and bag tag. If you have a checked baggage like me, then if you do have checked baggage, then you head to the bag drop counter to drop your bags, and then you go through the customs. You just scan your passport, no problems at all. But the security took quite a while because at the time there were only 4 lanes out of 17 lanes available. That is even less than a quarter available. So it took quite a while to go through security, and even like a kid vomited somewhere. And also I met South Australian ex-premier before Peter Malinowskis, who is Stephen Marshall. I literally saw him, but obviously I didn't like take a photo. So normally with economy ticket and also as a Qantas Silver, 1 Ruby and frequent flyer, you do not have lounge access. But because I have a complimentary like a general lounge invitation, before my flight I have access to the Sydney Qantas International Business Lounge, which is after security, go through a duty free, take the escalator, turn the right, turn the left, then it's the business lounge, which opens at 5 a.m. Daily. There are different seating options, and unfortunately at the time I was a bit disappointed because there were no hot food available. As you can see from my Facebook and Instagram posts, they were mostly cold items. But good, on the other side, which is good side, it's coffee, whether you self-serve or the barista ones are available, and also alcoholic beverages is also available even in like early morning, and there is like pretty good Wi-Fi and different USB port, charging outlets, power sockets, whatever. And today's flight, it's a bit of a delay because of the previous leg, QF44 from Denpasar, Bali, Indonesia to Sydney, and for some reason they took quite a while to clean the aircraft, send the catering, and also put our bags into it. So it did take quite a while. So today's flight should have been delayed by an hour, and we do not really receive much updates from the ground staff. More about it's the cabin crew, or the pilot kind of apologized for the delay, but that's all fine. Talking about the seat, it is pretty identical to those domestic Boeing 737-800 as mentioned earlier, except for the Wi-Fi. But similarly, you've got touchscreen TV for your in-flight entertainment, and also the magazine, which is available as well. Thankfully, there's no one sitting in the middle, although there's a lady sitting in the aisle 5C, but 5B and no people, so I can put my bag into the under 5B so that I can stretch more a bit, which is a bit unfortunate and lucky. Thankfully, because meals are included on Qantas, this flight, and there are 2 options which I really appreciated: the hot one and the cold one. As mentioned earlier, I already had, forced to have the cold one in the lounge, so that's why during the flight I opted for the hot meal, which is the scrambled eggs, sausage, hash browns, yes, and also the veggies, that kind of stuff, and it tastes pretty good. The scrambled eggs are fluffy, creamy, and with the hash browns, and also baked beans are really tasty. I just put extra pepper, no need to put salt because it's kind of already salty enough, which is pretty good. And you got except alcohol, you got tea, coffee, juice, soft drinks to choose from, which is complimentary, or you can say free, which is nice. But there are no second round offerings, like second round of drink or maybe like a chocolate snack or so to end with, which is a bit interesting. From my observation, today's flight it's not like completely 100% full, but anyways, why I chose to fly Qantas at this time from Sydney to Queenstown, it's because it arrives in New Zealand, or I mean for my trip, in this Yolo solo trip, in this case Queenstown, a bit earlier, so that I can maximize my time here in Queenstown. So that's the end of my flight. Qantas Boeing 737 economy class QF123 from Sydney to Queenstown. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the flight by liking this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, so you guys won't miss out. I mean, I will update my days in Queenstown and also Wellington and Auckland as other parts of my trip here in New Zealand or in Maui Aotearoa. So enjoy the gorgeous landing into Queenstown or in Maui Tahuna. Stay tuned.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. As always, smoking, vaping and use of e-cigarettes is not permitted while disembarking or throughout the terminal. Please take care when opening the overhead lockers as your bags may have moved and could fall out. Before leaving, make sure you check your seat and the seat pocket for any personal items. Please continue to wear a face mask as you exit the aircraft. Take all used masks and wipes with you. We will be using stairs to disembark, so please make sure you hold the handrail. Make sure to use the designated walkway and refrain from using your electronic devices until you are inside the terminal. If you could reach your phone, you may switch it from flight mode. On behalf of us here at Qantas and One World, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us. I would like to apologise for the late arrival of our aircraft and thank you for your patience. If you are visiting Queenstown, we hope you enjoy your stay, and for those of you returning, welcome home.